This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome to Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the U.S. News & World Report's #1 engineering school in the United States that offers a master's as its highest degree for 18 consecutive years. Rose-Hulman, where you come to find yourself. Find yourself through personal growth, through personal development, through study, research, and invention. Rose-Hulman, your home for academic and athletic excellence. You're watching Rose-Hulman men's basketball on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome to Holbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology for tonight's HCAC action. It's Earlham College comes into Terre Haute to take on the Fighting Engineers, and we're looking for a good ball game. Regardless of what we're looking at in record-wise, these two teams match up pretty well, and we're looking for great opportunities for Rose-Hulman. My partner, Walt Gordon, I'm Herb King. We'll bring you all the action for this evening's ball game. And Walt, what do you have to say about this one? Earlham comes in, and they're kind of scary at a certain point.
They really are. You mentioned already it doesn't matter what the paper says as far as the record, doesn't matter. When you get into conference play, which is one of my favorite times of the year, you get the non-conference, you get the feel for what your team has, and you get to the teams that know you, your neighbors, your teams that you play twice a year for multiple years. And when you get in HCAC play, it's always going to be tough. Earlham, a very fast team that will pose some challenges for Rose-Hulman. Don't have a lot of size to speak of. Will Rose-Hulman be able to use that for their advantage? Time will tell, but I know Earlham will pose significant challenges.
Well, and when we look at it, Earlham comes in and their record doesn't really show what they're capable of. They're 1-4. They played all of their ball games within a 9-point spread. So all their ball games have been tight down the stretch for Rose-Hulman. They're 4-2, 1-0 in HCAC play. Earlham's played one ball game in the conference, and they lost it. So Rose-Hulman really needs this ball game. They need to win the games they're supposed to win from here on out. They beat Transylvania in the opening ball game of the conference, which is a huge win for Rose-Hulman, especially on the road down there.
When you open up the conference season with Transylvania on paper, you're like, oh boy, here we go. That's a tough way to open up your conference slate. But to go down there and get a win that was convincing up until the end, and then everybody makes a run. Transylvania trying to defend their home court. Very proud tradition that they have there. Rose-Hulman, the thing that matters, they got the win, a 3-point win on the road down there in beautiful Lexington, Kentucky. Now you come home for your conference home opener and play a team that on paper, everybody's expecting on paper Rose to win. The game's not played on paper. This isn't, a video game. This is not scripted. You got to come out here for 40 minutes, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of focus Rose-Hulman has. There'll be some keys that we'll look at to say, are they focused tonight or are they not? The time will tell.
Well, and when you're looking at Earlham, they have 4 players that average double figures. And for a team that's 1-4 and you can have 4 players averaging double figures, they score the ball well.
They do.
And it's just a matter of what you can do to exploit them on their defensive side. You want to make sure you can score points. But they'll go up down the court and they'll score with you. And that's kind of scary because at certain times, Rose-Hulman becomes very methodical and they pound it inside, and sometimes it doesn't work the way they'd like to. They don't, it's a spurt. You talked about that before with Transylvania. Everybody's going to have that spurt, that ebb and flow of the ball game, and that's going to be a big one tonight to see if Rose-Hulman can slow down the Earlham scoring machine and continue to score points when they need them.
And that'll be key. Rose-Hulman does pride themselves on playing some good defense as well. So hopefully, you stay in front of these speedy Earlham Quakers and try to make them take tough shots.
Well, tonight it's Earlham playing against Rose-Hulman in HCAC action, all live here on Indiana Sports Network. We'll take a short break.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Gen Z is a stalled generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Wherever life takes you, whatever stage, anything that you need, no matter the season, getting there together. We are ready when you are. Crane cares.
If I crave something, I have to have it.
Well, so what are you craving? Like, what do you crave?
Attention, apparently. Look at him all sitting in the middle.
I know, right? It is really awkward. You just chose to sit there.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
And it is an HCAC game, the first home game for Rose-Hulman in this season in conference play as Earlham College comes in. And again, for Earlham, 1-4. We've looked down the roster. They've got 4 guys who are averaging double figures. A couple of them you notice have not played a couple ball games. We don't know if it's injury or whatever. We're assuming it's injury, but they've got some guys that can really fill it up.
They really do, and when you're looking at Jaden Terry, a guy that comes from Indianapolis that folks around the capital city will know with the Lawrence Central. That young man is doing so much offensively for them, getting his opportunity to really shine. And when you look at the scoring prowess and what he's been able to do, along with Colton Van Landingham, those two guys are really kind of a 1-2 punch for Earlham right now. Like we mentioned, a couple of seniors that haven't played in the last few games. We'll see. I don't know. Obviously, with the warm-up shirts, you don't see numbers. So I don't know if those seniors are going to play here tonight or not. Jordan Goodson and Anthony Phillips haven't played in the last couple of games. So, when you have a couple of seniors that are not out of your rotation, that you're expecting to have some significant minutes, it throws you for a wrinkle. You scramble with your rotations, but it gives all other guys opportunities to play. But when you look at the head of the snake, so to speak, Van Landingham and Terry, those two guys are some quick guards that are really hard to stop.
Well, last couple of years they've had Terry being able to score, bringing on a freshman like Van Landingham, who's now scoring very similar to what he is, makes them very dangerous on the offensive end.
Right.
The key for conference play, though, has been tradition. It's almost like the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's whoever plays the best defense is probably going to have that chance, and that's why Rose-Hulman has been so good conference-wise. Maybe not winning every ball game, but they've been in the upper half because they play solid defense, as you mentioned earlier. For Rose-Hulman, their scoring prowess comes down to 3 guys. Max Chaplin had a great ball game the other night at Transylvania, and we're talking about a guy who can really shoot it up. He's a junior from Carmel, and even though his picture there is that's the entertaining one of Max, but he has really been able to fill it up and done a great job leading Rose-Hulman in scoring at 13 points a game.
Welcome to Sonic. May I take your order? 1 crave cheeseburger.
Max has, we talked about being able to score the ball, being able to put the ball in the basket coming off the bench. You need someone coming off your bench that can score, give you that scoring punch. And Max, when he's locked and loaded, and he has been for the majority of the games this season, he really helps to stretch the floor. We have some big guys in Jurich and Wirtz down low that can score around the basket and make the defense draw attention to the paint. We have some guys that can drive the ball to the basket. But then also when you have that guy, that floor stretcher, that is pretty consistent, and that Max Chaplin has been this season, it really adds a dimension to your offense. I've been saying he can be that Ryuji Aoki type of guy for Rose-Hulman. When Aoki was playing and he was locked in, Rose-Hulman was at that time almost, I don't want to say impossible, but they didn't lose very many games.
No.
And Max Chaplin can fit right into that mold for Rose-Hulman in this iteration.
I think Rose-Hulman is a little bit different in the fact that they've got 2 6'5" guys in both Terry Hickson and Dylan Duff. They're both averaging in double figures as well at 13 points and 10 points a game. They're 6'5" guys, a little more in the, and I'm going to say more like a swing or a 3. You know, if you're talking a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a 3 player, some guy that can do things. They're physical, but they also have a step out game. They can play around the edge. They can get their 3-point shot up. They can shoot the basketball from 15, and they do that rather than being the 6, 8, or 9 guy that they pounded the ball in the post with.
And that gives Rose-Hulman so much versatility when you have those wing guys. College basketball, professional basketball, high school basketball, they are craving that wing type player. That I don't care if you want to call it a 3-and-D guy, someone who can slash, that has size, hand the ball, guard multiple positions, and that's what both of those guys can do. On the offensive end, they've both been really good. Terry Hicks has taken a step forward here this season in his junior season and has really put the ball in the basket well for the Engineers.
Well, and if you're looking, the 3 leading scorers for Rose-Hulman, a junior, a sophomore, and a junior. You know, you've got some guys. They have enough age on them to know what's going on, but it's really nice to see them start to mature together. And this season, they've been able to do that. They've been very successful so far. 4-2 is the record for Rose-Hulman. They played a very tough schedule outside here to start this season,
and that really tests them. You go to the East Coast, play a couple of really tough teams. You win that invitational, come back with some hardware. Terry Hicks gets the most outstanding player. Max Chaplin doing great things off the bench then. And you just see the resurgence. This really unfortunate. They couldn't beat the 2 Indiana schools in DePaul and Wabash. You want that in-state bragging right. You don't have it right now. Winning those 2, losing those 2 games. They're very good programs. The DePaul and Wabash, excellent programs year in and year out, regardless of gender or sport. And those are 2 games they could have had.
Close.
They could have had both of those games.
Yeah.
They got neither. But you move to conference play. And these, they all matter. These matter a little bit more.
They sure do. It's HCAC action tonight. It's Rose-Hulman and Earlham as we'll get prepared for this one. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back with the starting lineups. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome to Sonic. May I take your order? 1 Crave cheeseburger.
I'm on it.
Crave cheeseburger, almost ready. On my way.
Will someone pass me the crepe sauce?
Almost ready on the burger.
1 Sonic Crave cheeseburger.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look both ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonomo.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
Welcome to Sonic. May I take your order? 1 crave cheeseburger.
I'm on it.
Crave cheeseburger, almost ready. On my way.
Someone pass me the crepe sauce.
Almost ready on the burger.
1 Sonic cream cheeseburger.
H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
And we'll get prepared for the starting lineups. They'll have the Earlham starting lineups. It'll be Terry, Younce, Van Lanningham, Makabu, and Andre.
At guard, a 5'10" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 10, Jaden Terry. At forward, a 6'5" freshman from Springfield, Ohio, number 14, Chase Young. And at guard, a 6'2" freshman from Richmond, Indiana, number 15, Colton Van Lanningham. Along was coached by Joe Shiles. And now, the starting lineup for the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. At guard, 6'2" sophomore from Jasper, Indiana, number 15, Jackson Cambridge. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 20, Dylan Dock. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Buffalo Grove, Illinois, number 24, Stephen Graham. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Fishers, Indiana, number 30, Terry Hicks. And at forward, 6'7" graduate student from Rose-Hulman, Kentucky, number 55, Trey Woods. The Fighting Engineers coached by Rusty Lord.
All right, we'll get ready for this one again. Starting lineups for Earlham. Number 2 is Tommy McAboo. Number 3 is Zachariah Andre. Number 10, Jaden Terry. Number 14 is Chase Younce. And number 15, Colden Van Lanningham. For Rose-Hulman, number 15, Jackson Cabrick. He's the guard from Jasper, Indiana. Number 20 is Dylan Duff, forward from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Number 24, Samvit Ram, a senior guard from Buffalo Grove, Illinois. Number 30 is Terry Hicks, a junior. He's from Fishers, Indiana. And the student in the middle, and he's a graduate student, number 55, Trey Wirtz from Cold Spring, Kentucky. And Trey came back to play this year as he had an extra year of eligibility due to the COVID stuff, but gave him that chance to play, and we're really happy to have him on the team. Duff jumping it up for Rose-Hulman, gains the tip to Terry, and Rose-Hulman takes possession of the basketball. Cabrick with it at the top of the key, looking for the backdoor cut, threw it away. Picking it up was Jaden Terry. Terry drives the lane, puts it up and in, and somebody's got to do something. Immediate timeout by Rose-Hulman as Coach Rusty Lloyd is really upset with this one. We'll take a break and be right back.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman will take possession after that made basket, and a little bit of ire being raised on the Rose-Hulman bench. They need to do something that way. In the corner with the drive. Kicking it back out, Ram with it to Wirtz. Trey looks for somebody to give it to, gives it up to Cabrick, pulls up 15-footer, he got it. It's 2-2.
I am 100% in favor of that timeout that Coach Lloyd took. Come down with the turnover. You know you're going to get pressure. You know, not full court trap, not a zone trap. But you come down, you know you're going to get pressure. You got to take care of the basketball.
Open look, stolen away. That's a really nice popcorn play by Terry. He misses the shot. McAboo in a corner, puts it up, can't get it, and it's out of bounds. It'll go to Rose-Hulman.
One of the things that you're going to have to look at is matchups. How does Rose-Hulman match up defensively with Earlham when you have different lineups on the court? How flexible we're going to be with this lineups tonight, and how the rotation's going to go. It's going to be interesting, you know, because offensively, if you can get the ball into the post or anywhere around the basket, you got mismatches everywhere. But defensively, it's going to be interesting.
Duff on the drive, puts it up and in. He really got hammered on that one and didn't get the call, but it's 4-2, Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, he did. Got to be able to play through the contact just like he did. He's a strong sophomore.
Rose-Hulman with the lead. There's the three-point shot. You could see, I'm telling you, Van Landingham, the 6'2 freshman from Richmond, was just burying those in the warm-ups right in that spot, and he got one. Earlham with a 1-point lead.
You see the pressure deployed by McAboo on there's a turnover.
Another one, and it's Terry again. He'll take that one in easy, and it's 7-4.
Yeah. Wholesale substitutions for Coach Rusty Lloyd in this next break.
Terry with a basketball. Kabrick looks for it again. Pause with it. A lot of standing and not enough screens and cuts right now for Rose-Hulman as they are playing very hard. Terry. Three-point shot at the buzzer.
Did not get it off.
Didn't get it off.
Nope.
Wholesale substitution. Here comes a whole group. Bradley Harden. Max Chaplin. Farnsworth, Isaiah Farnsworth. Simon Blair, and I'm picking up the other one. Bowman. Yep. So you got 5 new players for Rose-Hulman. There's a step back, 2. Rebound comes out, and again, every loose ball, every opportunity right now is taken by Earlham. They have a 3-point lead, pull up, and he got it again, making a 5-point lead, and Rose-Hulman finds themselves down 9-4 with 16:52 left to go here in the first half. Chaplin, he'll put it on the low post. Farnsworth would put it inside. He got fouled. He'll go to the line, and that's Simon Blair, the 6'7 freshman from Wagner, Oklahoma. Really nice job getting the ball close to the basket. Just too bad he couldn't finish that one.
Good pass from Farnsworth. The first game he's played in a while. Has had a little bit of, I believe, a shoulder injury, and he's back on the court. So good to see Isaac Farnsworth back in the fold and on the court.
I want to thank our sponsors for tonight's games: Crane Credit Union, the Hamilton Center, Indiana Army National Guard, Luce State Farm Insurance, and Lynn's Pharmacy. 9-5. Earlham with the lead over Rose-Hulman early in the first half. Using that spread offense is Earlham. Van Landingham drives. He'll kick out. Nice open look for 3. And again, it's 12-5. Earlham with the lead.
Even though they hit that 3, that was a much better possession defensively when you look at what the engineers do. You got a corner 3, knocks it down. I'll take my chances with that, though.
Chaplin can't get it to go. Rebound inside. Rose-Hulman with the putback, and a really nice job that time on the inside by Simon Blair.
And that's a young man. It's a freshman. The future is very bright for him, and you see what he can do early on the court.
Backdoor cut, missed layup opportunity. Rose-Hulman with the rebound. Bowman on the left side. Back outside to Farnsworth to the right side, and back to Farnsworth. Turnaround, 10-footer, can't get it to go. Rebound, tipped around. Blair tips it back out to Chaplin. Thought maybe you'd take that one right away. Farnsworth kicked back inside. It's Blair. Turnaround, missed it, but another good shot opportunity for number 50, Isaac Farnsworth from Auburn, Indiana. Again, playing very well coming off the bench here. 12-7, Earlham with the lead.
And just kind of shell-shocked over the first couple, 2-3 minutes, weren't they?
And the noise is coming from Earlham's side.
Yeah.
Rose-Hulman side, deathly quiet. Three-point shot, and they can't get it. Rebound comes out, though. He just ripped that one out. Can't get it. And the Blair again had to kick it out because he was going to travel otherwise. Step up, almost looked for that three was McAboo. Inside, he just traveled with it, and Rose-Hulman will gain possession on the first turnover by Earlham. Whistle's blown, timeout's been called. We'll take one as well. It's 12-7, 14:43 left to go in the first half.
Hey, this is Todd Hine with LaborLink. The federal unemployment benefits have ended. However, there has never been a better job market in history. This puts you in an incredible position. Go to golaborlink.com and apply now. We have many jobs available, but they will fill up fast due to demand. Hey, take advantage of the job market and start work right away with LaborLink.
Here at Moss Hill Properties, Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we know dirt. Last year, this piece of property produced 50 acres of beans. It's a little low on nitrogen, and the pH is 6.8.
Oh, and they also had cattle on here.
When it comes to knowing your ground, isn't it important to have a realtor who does as well?
And that's no bull.
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com. We are your Indiana land specialist.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
And with that official timeout, 12-7 again, 14:40 left to go here in the first half. Same group is in. The younger guys. With it right now, Bradley Harden from Alexandria, Virginia, handles that basketball, gives it up to Chaplin. Cross court, gives it to Bowman for three. Can't get it, he didn't follow his shot, and the rebound comes off to Van Lanningham. Immediately fast pressed up the floor, kicked back out. I'll tell you what, Van Lanningham now with the basketball. Outside, they'll give it to Terry. So Terry with it, looking for that opportunity. McAboo.
Shot clock down to 6.
And we'll have a moving screen. It'll go the other direction, and Rose-Hulman gains possession on the second turnover.
Making them work a little bit offensively that time is making them go deep into the shot clock. Got another turnover out of it.
Well, this younger group that they have in that they brought off the bench, and when I say younger, there's not seniors on this group. This younger group has played very well and matches up pretty well with them defensively.
They do, and when you have mobility everywhere, that makes it a little bit better.
Nice screen by Blair, drive to the basket, and fouled is Bradley Harden. And Harden will go to the line. He'll have two-shot opportunity. Again, 12-7 is our score. 13:47 left to go here in the first half.
And when I say mobility, I mean, you can't. This is not a game for Trey Works. This is not a game for Vuk Juric, most likely. Those guys are not going to play a whole lot tonight, most likely, because matchups. Who are you going to guard? Who are you going to stay in front of? So I talked about matchups. It's going to be interesting who you go to. You got plenty of bodies, but you have the right guys on the floor.
I think there's one guy, and you can look at it. They're playing right now with one post player, is Earlham. But that post player is still more like a 3 in Rose-Hulman's offense. Not that big physical player. Yep. Bowman connects 1 out of the 2, and again, it's 12-8. A 4-point lead for Earlham.
But then you have a guy like a Simon Blair who has the size, has decent strength, and is more mobile. So if you're going to have a big out there, you've got to have a mobile big.
Jaden Terry works off the screen. Van Lanningham with it now, back to Terry. They're going to work off that screen from Bachman, who just entered the ball game. Terry, step back 15-footer, got it. It's 2 points, and it's 14-8.
And for most of the guys, you say, okay, we'll take that shot. But if it's Terry, you got to get a hand in his face.
Ram pulls it down inside. That's where Rose-Hulman needs to go with it. But that should have gone the other way, but nobody called that one, and it'll be Earlham's basketball. Yeah, I know. We saw it went right off of the post player from Earlham. Really nice job defensively as they tip the ball away, and they end up with it. It's 14-8. Earlham with the basketball and the lead. 13 minutes to go in the first half. With the drive, McAboo kicks back outside. Terry with it now. Terry working off Bowman's screen, pulls up another 15-footer, and he doesn't get that one. Rebound comes out, this time to Terry Hicks. Kick it out. Chapman for three, pulls up, doesn't get it, and the rebound goes to Earlham. They're doing everything structurally pretty well right now, especially running the break, as you saw right there with Zachariah Andre. Puts that two-pointer in, and Earlham is up 16-8, an 8-point lead for the Quakers. Hicks to Chaplin. Chaplin trying to drive, and he's being hawked out there. Yeah. Great job by Terry playing defense on him. Bowman with the drive, with the shot, and he scores. Again, nice play by Brad Harden with that drive and score.
Bradley Harden, another one of these guys that can penetrate into the middle of the defense, and so found his way to the cup that time.
Earlham has run their offense to perfection, but Rose-Hulman has turned the ball over enough to give Earlham extra shot opportunities. There's another nice three-point opportunity. Rebound comes out to Simon Blair. It's 16-10. 11:30 left to go in the first half. Bowman cross corner, gives it up. Three-point shot, and Rose-Hulman satisfied for some threes as Blair misses that one. Probably not the shot that Rusty Lloyd wanted taken as well.
That quick by him.
Yes.
I would question that. If it's Max Chaplin, maybe Bradley Harden, maybe a different story. But
Terry with the runner, looked really nice, doesn't go in. Rebound to Ram. Ram to Harden, and Harden sets the offense. Kick back outside. There's another three-point by Blair. He doesn't get that one either. Shooter's going to shoot. He is. He's shooting it up, but at the same time, he's got to knock a couple of those down. Again, for Earlham. Bachman kicks it off to Terry. Terry looks to the step back. Gives it up to Andre. Drives the lane, puts the shot up. It's blocked. Rebound to Terry Hicks.
Find him.
There he is. He's in the post. Blair should back him down. He does. Backs him down. Tries to put it up, and it's wrestled away. Oh, my goodness. Whoa. And with that, a timeout's been called. We'll take one as well. It's 16-10. 10:23 left to go in the first half.
Home. It can be the family farm, a small town, or a busy city. But wherever you call home, we are where you are. Ready to serve you and your family with compassionate health care of the highest quality. Serving the Wabash Valley since 1892. Union Health. Healthier together.
It's Black Friday every day at the all-new York Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on US Highway 40 in Brazil. Shop over 500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Pulling away in a new Ram 1500 Crew Cab, only $269 per month. New Grand Cherokee L, only $399 per month during the Black Friday sales event. Plus, get $1,000 more for your trade-in all month long. Start your deal at YorkCDJRBrazil.com. Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Miles McGowan, the freshman from Indianapolis, enters the ball game for Rose-Hulman as well. So we've seen 11 players now play here in the first half. 10:20 left to go in the first half. It's 16-10 Earlham, and they have the basketball. Andre gives it up to Bowman, back over to Terry, who lost the ball. Terry working on Ram. He'll drive, kicks it out, wide open look for McAboo. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Terry, and he swipes that one down. And you can start seeing they're starting to raise a little dander as Rose-Hulman. They're starting to really work at it. with it right now, Harden. Harden will set that offense, uses the screen. He'll drive, dishes off, nice dish, easy bucket to McGowan. Credit that to a nice play by Bradley Harden.
Harden be able to find the middle of the paint multiple times already here in this game.
16-12 is the score. 9:30 left to go in the first half. Bachman to Andre, back outside. Terry with it now. And this is the guy they want to have with a deep three. Got it.
You live with that. That's okay.
Wow.
You live with that. If you can hit 10 of those, you say, God bless you, young man. You'll live with that.
It's an awful good shot for him on a step-back three from NBA range for sure.
He stepped way back for that one.
Harden with the basketball, still driving. Trying to get something going. Ram for three. He's open, got a look. He buries a three. Samvit Ram for his first bucket of the night. It's 19-15.
Ram has been in so much of a slump this year. If we can get him going offensively, it gives us much more of an offensive burden. And him on Terry is the matchup that I've been wanting to see.
And that's the defense because Ram is tall and long, and he can do a lot of damage to somebody, really cause them problems. Hicks with the steal. In the open court, gave it up. Really nice job. McGowan puts it up and in. Terry Hicks credit with the steal and assist.
Great job by the referees. Let the play go. Well, let us get these 2 points here.
They let a couple things go earlier. It's now 19-17 as Rose-Hulman has closed that 8-point lead down to 2 with 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Terry looks to do something with it, kicks it back outside. Shots up and no good by Andre, and Rose-Hulman with the rebound.
Find him.
Lead down inside, and it's stolen away, and he looks like they're going to call
That's a good foul.
They called a foul, and that was a nice foul.
Yep, first foul of the game. You don't let the transition get started. That was a great foul by a freshman.
And good effort by everybody on the floor.
Yeah.
So the foul will go against number 42, Miles McGowan. And he's, again, a 6'7 freshman from Indianapolis. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. 2-point Earlham lead here from Rose-Hulman.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Wherever life takes you, whatever stage, anything that you need, no matter the season, getting there together. We are ready when you are. Crane cares.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
If I crave something,
Well, Rose-Hulman again comes out trailing by 2. 7:49 left to go here in the first half. And Earlham came out scoring almost at will. The issue has been for Rose-Hulman being close enough defensively, and then the turnovers have really caused Rose-Hulman some problems.
Yeah, 7 turnovers early.
And when you turn it over early and it's out in front, Earlham gets down the floor so quickly, they have a chance to do something with it. Fed inside to Van Lanningham. He can't do anything with it, and they'll set it up again. McAboo. Cross, Van Lanningham for 3 from the corner, can't get it to go, rebound, tipped around, and they'll finally call the over-the-back call, and it'll go for Rose-Hulman. They've done a nice job in blocking out, but it's been tipped around, and they finally got the call that time.
They have, and I tell you what, though, Earlham is a gang rebounding team. I mean, they go after the board. You see a couple of guys getting off of the offensive board on almost every occasion, and for the first time this season, Herb King, go ahead.
Well, Sam Nunn is coming to the ball game, the freshman from Hamilton, Ohio. Rusty Lloyd is going, I've had enough of this. I want to see effort. I want to see people going hard. He's given everybody that opportunity. Played 12 so far here in the first half. Cabrick with it. Jackson Cabrick from Jasper takes the drive, puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebound again, McGowan can't use it. It's still loose, Cabrick with it. McGowan, no, Hicks with it, puts it up, and he'll get fouled. He'll go to the line. Terry Hicks fights for the basketball, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's what Rose-Hulman's going to have to do. You're bigger, you're stronger than at almost every position. You got to get after it like you want it, and use your size and flex your muscle a little bit, get on that board. Earlham has been out-rebounded on average by about 9 a game. Right now, they're even with Rose-Hulman as far as rebounding. That's one of the things that I was thinking. That'll be a show of focus for Rose-Hulman. If they don't dominate the glass, that's going to tell them they're not focused on this game like they need to.
Score is tied now, 19 all. Hicks drives in the lane, puts it up, flying by, and Hicks goes for the block and can't get it right at the end, but he had a shot at it. Chase Yount scores. The freshman from Springfield, Ohio, puts his first bucket in the ball game.
Very patient there.
Sam Nunn almost lost that one. He's got a man in a low post if he can get it. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll still be Fighting Engineer basketball. I want to thank Mossy Oak, Sonic Drive-In, Union Health, and York Automotive. Transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. They get it in bounds. It hits Terry Hicks right in the nose as he was turning around. Turnover. There's another one. Earlham with a 2-point lead, 21-19. 6:21 left to go in the first half.
Just too many turnovers. You're looking at 8-3 advantage, or disadvantage, I guess you would say, for Rose-Hulman with these turnover numbers.
You turn the ball over, and this team Earlham can score.
Yep, they sure can.
It's just a matter of attacking the glass and getting something going.
Good
nice pass inside. It tipped it off of him. Went off of him inside. That's a really nice job by Dylan Duff as he knocked the ball off of the Earlham player, went right off of him. And Rose-Hulman with the basketball. Nunn. Outside, gives it to Duff. Should have driven on him. He's got a man in his face. Drive to the hole, young man. Here we go. Hicks, backdoor cut to Duff. Pulls up, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes out. And I'll tell you what, Earlham's doing a very nice job of blocking out, because every time I turn around, they are on somebody.
Yep, they sure are.
With the drive, shot, got it. That's a really nice play by Tommy McAboo. The senior guard sticks that one in. He'll get the bucket and go to the line.
Just faster. Boy, I tell you, when you look at McAboo and what he's been able to do, this senior from Champaign, Illinois, has looked really good today. He's been able to hit from outside, has been able to play good defense on the ball, and has driven to the basket as well.
And he got the old-fashioned three-point play, and again, it's 24-19. They didn't put that one all the way up till then.
A little late.
They were late on it. 20. That's why I was paused for a second. I'm like, wow. With the drive, Duff into the corner. Almost lost it. Has a man in the low post. He's got Hicks down there if he can feed him. He does. Terry Hicks with the drive. Shot. Can't get it. Again, Earlham with the rebound. Pressure defense. You can hear the bench for Earlham really getting into this one. Again, substitutions in. Here we go. Josh Ozon into the ball game. Same style of offense. Terry jacks one up, can't get it. Wirtz tips it out of bounds. Should stay here, and it does.
Yep.
It's still Earlham basketball. 4:48 left to go in the first half. I want to thank our sponsors again. Crane Credit Union, the Hamilton Center, Indiana Army National Guard, Luce State Farm Insurance, and Lynn's Pharmacy. All sponsors for tonight's ball game. Pulling it out and starting the offense is Jaden Terry. junior guard from Indianapolis, and he's done the work. Three-point shot by Andre will not count, as there was a moving screen, and the turnover will give it again to Rose-Hulman.
So second time this evening, there's been a moving screen right before a three-point look for Earlham. So their turnover numbers are starting to mount a little bit as well. And you got to be set on that screen because the referees will call that. A couple more substitutions. Chaplin, Harden back in for Rose-Hulman.
Harden will start the offense for the Engineers. Trying to drive on Terry, and that's a really difficult task as Terry's up to it right now. Harden again, he's got a man wide open in the post if he still should enter it. Wirtz is in the corner, almost traveled.
Oh man, it's a bad possession.
Tough possession, he puts it up, can't get it, rebound, Wirtz can't get it.
What's the whistle?
What's the whistle for? They're going to call a foul on it.
That was a raggedy possession, Herb. Just a lot of dribble around the perimeter. Couldn't get anything entered into the post. Couldn't initiate offense. On-ball pressure has been really hurting Rose-Hulman this evening. The rest of the HCAC will take note of this. And not everybody can pressure the ball like this, though.
No. And I think it's the one guy. I really do.
It's more than one guy.
It's more than one, but I'm talking on the ball pressure. Who picks up the ball? It's number 10. It's Jaden Terry.
Terry, you got McAboo, and then you also have Andre.
Yeah.
All three of those guys can really pressure it, and that is causing Rose-Hulman some serious problems.
3-point Earlham lead with just under 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Jaden Terry kicks it back outside. It's McAboo. Trying to use that. They'll use a high screen. They're trying to get the ball to Van Lanningham. They'll get it back outside. There's Terry again. Down inside to Andre. Can't get it to go, and he's fouled.
Yeah, foul on Wirtz on that late call, but it was the appropriate call there.
When it was McAboo. I looked up. There was there was Andre there as well, but timeout's been called on the floor. 3:32 left to go. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
Hey, this is Todd Hine with LaborLink. The federal unemployment benefits have ended. However, there has never been a better job market in history. This puts you in an incredible position. Go to golaborlink.com and apply now. We have many jobs available, but they will fill fast due to demand. Hey, take advantage of the job market and start work right away with LaborLink.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties, Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we know dirt. Last year, this piece of property produced 50 acres of beans. It's a little low on nitrogen, and the pH is 6.8.
Oh, and they also had cattle on here.
When it comes to knowing your ground, isn't it important to have a realtor who does as well?
And that's no bull.
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com. We are your Indiana land specialist.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
24-21. Earlham with the lead over Rose-Hulman with 3:32 left to go here in the first half. I want to thank Lynn's Pharmacy, Mossy Oak, Sonic Drive-In, Union Health, and York Automotive, all sponsors for Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network. And the transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield.
You really like those Mossy Oak commercials, don't you?
I do. I love those. Those are so stupid.
Oh, man, I tell you.
I talk about that in my marketing class. Anything you can do that you put people in position where they just look funny, they're going to remember those.
That's right.
Harden with the basketball, working off the screens, but he's not been able to get any break as he's being pressured, and solid pressure.
Gosh.
It's Terry. He pulled him around. Nice feed down inside to Wirtz, and the big fella puts it in. It's 26-23. Earlham with the lead and the basketball.
Terry frustrated after all that. He got beat, and
a technical foul's been called on
Rusty
Lloyd for Rose-Hulman, as he really gave an earful to one of the officials on what's going on. And
I wonder if he wanted that foul when Harden stopped.
Yeah,
got a little bump. I wonder if that's the foul he wanted in combination with some other things as well. So you just don't want to give these guys free points, though.
Well, and the free points are going to come pretty easy for Jaden Terry, as he's going to get all of them.
Yeah, he is. I don't know.
And Jaden Terry, and who knows, maybe it'll, and that's not all bad. 27-23 is our score now. But sometimes that fires up a ball club. We'll see what it does for Rose-Hulman today.
Yeah. There's going to be a little paint peeling in that locker room, don't you think?
I would say it'll be an interesting locker room visit. I know that one. And you do too.
Yeah.
So again, opportunities abound. There's Terry with the drive. And they're going to call a traveling violation.
But once again, I go back to matchups, Herb. I mean, yeah, I love Max Chaplin, but I'm not putting him on Jaden Terry. I'm not.
That's a tough one.
You got to play your matchups.
Harden with the basketball outside. He's giving it up to Dylan Duff. Duff with it. Had a chance to drive to the basket, pulled it back out. Chaplin trying to direct some traffic, trying to use the screen for Wirtz, and Wirtz with a slip.
Yeah, there's been no screening. For all this pressure, you've seen hardly any screens tonight.
And they're looking at, he just traveled with the basketball, and they didn't call it. He pushed him off, too.
Got that one. Yeah,
and there's going to be a foul on Terry.
Yeah, he didn't need to do that either.
No, he didn't. All he had to do was lay it in, and he put his arm out, put that one in, and substitutions come in.
I think that was more frustration than anything else.
Oh, yeah.
From Terry.
Simon Blair comes back into the ball game. Yeah. Rose-Hulman has to set screens right now. Everybody's trying to get a slip screen for a three, and that isn't going to work. You need to screen somebody.
Yeah.
Put your body on him, see what goes on. Here comes the screen. It's set up, and he can't even use it. Outside, it's Chaplin. Gives it up to Duff with the cross drive. Kick to the corner. Now they've got the foul, and that's what Rusty Lloyd's been after the whole time, is that foul off the drive.
Unfortunately, we could have not called that one. It had a 3-point in the corner. So it's just, hey, I mean, you want the call. You get hopefully 2 free throws out of the deal. So you got to make the first one, though.
2:06 left to go in the first half. It's 28-23. Duff at the line misses the first of a front end of a 1 and bonus.
Yeah.
And a 5-point Earlham lead, and Earlham has the basketball. Pounding it down is McAboo, trying to use that screen again. The movement by Earlham has been pretty good. There comes Terry with the drive, blocked.
Good boy.
Bowman with the rebound, kicked it back up, and then follow again. It's tipped around. The Engineers with the basketball.
Got to close out this half well, Herb.
With the drive, he tried to force something in there, was Harden, and he didn't get a call. And he was looking for a bailout on that one.
Yeah, he was.
Terry off that high screen with the drive, curls around, kick outside to McAboo, and he knocks down the 3. And it's 31-23. The lead's back up to 8 for Earlham.
McAboo having a big-time game, 14 points already here in this game here in the first half. Boy, oh boy.
Bowman trying to get around Terry, can't really do it.
No.
Chaplin back out. There's the crossover drive. He's got a chance to go. No call on the lots of contact, and you're not getting anything.
There's
and Rusty Lloyd's still
like
talking.
There's some days where it's like that, where you're not going to get a call. You have got to play through this. You got a situation here with another timeout.
And with that timeout, we'll take one as well. 31-23 is our score. We'll be right back.
If I crave something, I have to have it.
Well, so what are you craving? Like, what do you crave?
Attention, apparently. Look at him all sitting in the middle.
I know, right? It is really awkward. You just chose to sit there.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger.
I'm Ryan Lewis with State Farm in Clinton, Indiana.
We're here to help life go right for you and your family.
Our team takes pride in helping families in the Wabash Valley
with all of their insurance and financial needs.
We are here to make your claims process simple, like a good neighbor.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
31-23, 42.7 left to go here in the first half. And the teams are playing for the John Muchner Cup. Yeah. So it is a traveling trophy back and forth. Get this. Rose-Hulman has won 16 straight games in basketball to keep that cup. And I'll tell you what, I guarantee you, Joe Schewers, the head coach for Earlham, is talked about bringing that cup back to Richmond.
Absolutely.
3-point shot up by McAboo, can't get it to go. Rebound, everybody for Rose-Hulman, and nobody comes down with it. And with it, they set it out of bounds as number 11, Josh Ozan, the senior from Cleveland, who was stepping on the line. And because of that, Rose-Hulman gains possession. 16 seconds left to go.
You had multiple engineers going up for that offensive rebound, which is good, but they tipped it away from each other and didn't quite come up with it cleanly. Still got the ball. Last possession opportunity. Let's see what we do with it.
Farouk Ogunseye, the freshman from Chicago, is in the ballgame for Earlham. 15 seconds, the clock's running down. Here we go. Bradley Harden with the basketball. Under 10. He'll drive to the basket, pump, turnaround, kicks it into Hicks. He gets fouled.
Ooh, whoa!
And that's the contact that Rusty Lloyd was talking about as Hicks got hammered pretty good. 2.8 left to go in the first half as Terry Hicks will go to the line to shoot two.
Ozane fell hard. He's holding that right elbow. He needs to, boy, I wish they would take him out. I know they got 2.8 seconds left. He fell hard on part of his body there.
Let's hope it's just a funny bone, right?
I hope so.
Because it was a hack. Hicks cannot get the throw in.
He just lost his balance. He just lost his balance and crashed to the floor. So it's one of those things.
And Trey Wirtz back into the ball game for rebounding. 8-point lead for Earlham. Hicks gets that one, makes it a 7-point lead, and they'll throw it inbounds with 2.8. Terry from half court. He had a pretty good look at it, but couldn't get it to fall. 31-24 is our score. Earlham with the lead over Rose-Hulman here at halftime. And we'll take a break and be back with our halftime show. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
Welcome to Sonic. May I take your order? One crave cheeseburger.
I'm on it.
Crave cheeseburger, almost ready. On my way.
Someone pass me the crepe sauce.
Almost ready on the burger.
One Sonic crave cheeseburger.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to Holbert Arena on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, and it's halftime, 31-24. The Quakers on top of the Engineers, and Walt, we talked about this before the ball game. If it becomes a scoring game, and it's not super scoring going on by Earlham, but they're scoring points almost every possession, and it's 31-24. Put that together with a little bit of a lack of effort by Rose-Hulman to start the ball game, and Rose-Hulman found themselves down 8 very quickly.
They did, and when you see a substitution or a timeout in the first 30 seconds, you know that there's some issues with execution where execution is concerned. But Earlham, you have to take your hat off to them, give them all the credit or the majority of the credit for their 7-point lead that they enjoy right now. They are playing some ball. They're quicker to the ball. They're scrappy. They're playing incredible on-ball defense. They're making it really hard for our guards to initiate offense. I really like what I'm seeing out of Earlham in that first 20 minutes. Rose got 20 more minutes to right the ship. Only 24 points in the first half. That's really, really low. It's got to be their lowest scoring half of the season. And Rose doesn't score 45 points a half, but 24 is really low for them.
Yeah, and when you look at it, Earlham's had something to do with that, especially defensively. Yeah. You're talking about Jaden Terry has 9 points in the first half, 11 points by McAboo. And again, those two guys have scored, 9 and 11. They have 20 points between them. For Rose-Hulman, if you're looking at any scoring, leading scorer has 4 points. And he came off the bench.
Yeah.
And when you're looking at that, that's just not going to quite get it done for Rose-Hulman. They missed short shots.
Not only came off the bench, but a guy who came off the bench who is playing, I think, his 3rd game of the season.
Right.
So that
and had a chance to score more because he's actually moved well enough to do that.
Yeah, we're talking about McGowan.
Yes, McGowan. He's doing a great job, but he needs to knock down a couple of those shots that he's taken. But again, he's got open looks. Yeah. Nobody else has had those open looks for Rose-Hulman. So it's been very difficult. The point guard pressure by Earlham has caused all kinds of problems. Rose-Hulman has not entered an offensive set where they've been able to really look like an offensive ball club.
They really haven't, and that's kind of discouraging for Rose-Hulman fans on one end, very encouraging for Earlham fans on the other end. Rose-Hulman can right the ship, and there's some things they can do schematically. I'd love to see more ball screens in the second half. Can't see too many less ball screens than what we saw in the first half. That's to be sure. So when you're putting guys on islands, trying to break down incredible on-ball defense. You got to remember, we had 4 years of Craig McGee, who you're not going to shut him down and just ball hog him. But he's gone, and so we're having to find new guys to facilitate offense. And this is their first year of having consistent pressure on the ball where you're trying to get your team into the flow, trying to break a guy down the last 8 seconds of a shot clock, things of that nature. So Rose-Hulman is going to have to do some things schematically to make it easier for these guards. And that's up for the coaching staff to diagram some things better, and then also onto the players to execute better as well.
Well, the other thing that you really notice in this one, at least I'm noticing in the gym, is the way both teams are into the action.
Yeah.
For Earlham, their guys are up, applauding, screaming. They're loud. They're making noise. No one on the Rose-Hulman side right now is making any noise, and that includes the fans or anybody else who's here.
It's still shock.
Because they're like, well, this shouldn't be happening. But we talked a little earlier. Yeah. Earlham is very deceiving with the 1-4 record because they can score a lot of points, and every game's been close.
Mm-hmm.
And when games are close, they're used to playing close. They're going to play all out. They've got nothing to lose, and they're really playing that way tonight. Playing very well. Very solid basketball for Earlham, especially from the defensive side. They've caused Rose-Hulman to not get an offense, and when you do that, you create chaos, and that's exactly what they've done. And did a great job of it. Their defensive pressure has been outstanding. And we talked earlier, if Earlham had one or two players that had a little bit of frame to them, they'd have almost a complete package. Because right now they don't. They have a weakness. Rose-Hulman hasn't been able to exploit that the way they're capable of.
At all.
And once that happens, then Rose-Hulman will get back either into the ball game or win it. But you've got to find that weakness of the opponent. And sometimes the small player wins, and right now that's what's going on with Earlham. They're quick and athletic and small, and they've shot the ball well enough to be in the lead, and then defensive pressures really cause Rose-Hulman all kinds of problems. 8 minutes left to go here at halftime. It's 31-24. Earlham leads Rose-Hulman here at this point in the ball game and at the end of the first half, and we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more of the halftime show. You're watching Indiana Sports Network.
H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
I need a Mocha Crunch Blast, please. You got it.
I'm on the Mocha Fudge.
We're gonna need more espresso chunks.
Order up.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Well, when you're looking statistically at this ball game, what things stick out to you as you take a look at what's going on?
My numero uno is the rebounding is tied at 17. I was thinking before this game, if Rose-Hulman doesn't dominate the glass like everybody else has on Earlham, that to me is a lack of focus and maybe a lack of, I don't want to say preparation because these guys practice hard, so I don't want to say that, but just the focus and maybe the execution of your box out. That's a major problem because you got size at every position that outmatches what Earlham puts on the floor. So that to me is problem number one. 9 turnovers the first half. You can't have that on the very first play of the game. You're turning the ball over. That was an indication of how this thing was going to go for Rose-Hulman. Is that first play, and then you got 9 turnovers. Earlham started to turn the ball over as well. They have 7 turnovers as well. They had 3 for the first, 15 minutes of the first half. Then had several turnovers down the stretch. That really helped Rose-Hulman stay into this ball game. So Earlham, not a team that's going to light it up. They're not going to shoot in most cases unless they're getting out in transition. They're not going to shoot 50% from the field. They're not going to knock down 50% of their free throws. I'm sorry, 3-point hits. So if you can stay in front of them, make them take contested shots deep in the shot clock. I thought there was a period in the first half where Rose-Hulman started to be able to do that, and they started to get a little traction, get back in this game. So for Rose-Hulman, that'll be a key. And also, Jaden Terry, When I think of Terry, I think of Jason Terry, the player in the NBA. But Jaden Terry might as well be Jason Terry, the way he can score the ball. But, folks, he's got 4 steals. If I'm Rose-Hulman, I'm putting 2 ball handlers on the floor, 2 guys, maybe a Cabrick and a Harden on the floor almost at all times. I'm finding out who Terry is guarding, and I'm using the other guy to facilitate my offense.
Right.
There is no way where you should let Jaden Terry, I'm sorry to his family, Jaden Terry should not be allowed to pick apart this offense. He's already got 4 steals in the first half. Leads the team in steals. You know who he is. He's a ball hawker. He's going to disrupt the defense. Whoever he's guarding needs to be not necessarily in the corner, but playing off the ball.
Right. And that's where, and you remember that's the original reason why Magic Johnson, I'm going to go way back, became a point guard is because he handled the ball well, and they're like, well, nobody can guard you.
Right.
So why don't we have you bring the ball up? And we've seen, and I've seen it in other teams too as well, centers bringing the ball up, all those kinds of things. And that may be something that's going to have to happen because obviously the point guard cannot beat that guy one-on-one.
Not the one that Terry's guarding. Nope. Not happening tonight.
And he's doing a great job. And that's why when we looked at this ball game and saw Jaden Terry's back, he can really play.
Yeah.
And not only is he playing, folks, he's playing at both ends of the floor.
That's right.
And with that, we're going to pause, take a break. We'll be right back with the start of the second half. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on Indiana Sports Network.
Hey, this is Todd Hine with LaborLink. The federal unemployment benefits have ended. However, there has never been a better job market in history. This puts you in an incredible position. Go to golaborlink.com and apply now. We have many jobs available, but they will fill up fast due to demand. Hey, take advantage of the job market and start work right away with LaborLink.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
And there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtles!
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com.
As we get prepared here for the second half, 12 players have played for Rose-Hulman. I think that's been the most we've had in a first half, maybe ever since we've been here. As Coach Rusty Lloyd was saying, I'm not putting up with this. And he's trying to find somebody who's going to play with passion and heart and emotion. And that's one of the things where Rose-Hulman's going to have to step up and have some guys really play and some lockdown defense. They haven't been able to do it so far, but I think you hit the nail right on the head. From an offensive standpoint, you just can't go down and turn the ball over in the second half.
No, you can't. If you do that, you're going to get run out of the gym. Earlham, if you're not motivated by losing 16 in a row against a team, then I don't know what motivates you. So Earlham has come in here with a lot of passion. They clearly want this game. I know Rose-Hulman wants this game as well, but man, Earlham has shown what they want and what they're going to do. They're going to bring this fight, and I expect the same thing for the next 20 minutes. Now Rose has to match it and exceed that since they have this 7-point deficit.
Original starting lineup for Rose-Hulman. With the ball, McAboo. He's running the ball game, and they're going to see if they can put Jaden Terry into it. Van Lanningham, kick outside, wide open look, and finally with the rebound is Cabrick.
Now, and Terry not guarding him.
Cabrick with the drive, kick in the corner, open look for 3, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes out to Van Lanningham. On the break with the drive, kicks it out, and they'll start the offense. In the corner, Van Lanningham for 3, can't get it. Hicks with the rebound. Both teams have had open looks and couldn't put them in. Cabrick with the drive. Cross court. Duff with 2.
And that was a good drive. Missed the first 3 this time to step in, get the little 5-footer.
31-26. Earlham with the lead. Terry to Van Lanningham. And again, back outside, Jaden Terry. They're trying to get it to him. McAboo had the hot hand in the first half with the runner. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Hicks.
Wow, he almost traveled.
Well, that's why he threw and one was thrown like that in the first half the same way.
Yep.
Kabrick to Wirtz, trying to hand it off, and the defensive pressure has been pretty solid. Ram on Van Lanningham, pulls up from 15, got it. Samvit Ram. And that's really good for him. He's taken 2 shots and hit them both. 31-28. Earlham with the lead and the basketball. Jaden Terry.
Good pass.
Inside, stolen away. Hicks with his second steal of the night.
Pass was a little bit not as good as I said, as the defense stole that one away. A big turnover there for Rose. If you get a score here, you would expect to see a timeout from Earlham.
Duff drives, stops, shoots, and scores.
There it is.
Dylan Duff, timeout, Earlham. It's a 1-point Earlham lead, and we'll return for more on Indiana Sports Network.
Home. It can be the family farm, a small town, or a busy city. But wherever you call home, we are where you are. Ready to serve you and your family with compassionate health care of the highest quality. Serving the Wabash Valley since 1892. Union Health. Healthier together.
It's Black Friday every day at the all-new York Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on US Highway 40 in Brazil. Shop over 500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Pulling away in a new Ram 1500 Crew Cab, only $269 per month. New Grand Cherokee L, only $399 per month during the Black Friday sales event. Plus, get $1,000 more for your trade-in all month long. Start your deal at YorkCDJRBrazil.com. Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one. You are. You're number one at York.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
A 1-point Earlham lead as they break the huddle on this one. Again, Coach Joe Schurz immediately called timeout as Rose-Hulman came out and they found some offense, the thing they were missing in the first half, and they didn't turn the ball over. Kabrick almost gets that steal. That's a nice play by Joe. Or Jackson, excuse me. Outside, it's Terry. Backdoor cut that Van Lanningham, and he'll go to the line.
Interesting. You see pressure. You see he'll get exposed by the back door as you get almost an N1 opportunity. We're going to get 2 free throws here for Van Lanningham.
Colton Van Lanningham, a 6'2 freshman from Richmond, Indiana. He puts the first one in, gives them a 2-point lead. We want to thank Crane.
Good, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. We want to thank Crane Credit Union, the Hamilton Center, Indiana Army National Guard, Luce State Farm Insurance, and Lynn's Pharmacy, all sponsors of Indiana Sports Network basketball. 2-point lead inside, and again, who's on fire? It's Dylan Duff.
They found him on the right block. They swing the ball and immediately entered it into the post. But pass just about caved his chest in. Good thing he's got good hands. That was a rocket.
Ripped back and threw that one.
Yeah.
It looked like a baseball pitcher getting it. And he doesn't get the first of those 2 free throws. We want to thank Mossy Oak, Sonic Drive-In, Union Health, York Automotive. The transportation for Indiana Sports Network is provided by York Automotive with 5 locations in Brazil, Greencastle, Crawfordsville, and Plainfield. Dillon gets the second one to go. It's now a 1-point Earlham lead, 32-31 with 17:20 left to go in the ball game. Jaden Terry. Outside to Van Lanningham. Trying to work on Duff. And he's got a dead ball outside. Now is Terry. They're going to see if they can keep it in his face. Van Lanningham pulls the 3, step back, can't get it. Oh, he had a foul on him, didn't call the foul. And when I say he shoved him right in the back.
Yeah, sure did. Just a very slight nudge was just enough to knock him off kilter.
Earlham with the rebound and the basketball. Drive down inside. The ball's loose. That's a nice play by Sam, but Ram went down, did the dirty work, got his hands on the basketball.
And that was, like you said, it was a great job to give that little bit of a rake. Terry was trying to make his drive, a little spin move there. And now the Engineers with an opportunity to take the lead.
Again, a 1-point Earlham lead.
Oh, missed
inside, they found him open again, and oh my goodness, it's Dylan Duff. Every time.
Wide open. How was
he
nobody
backdoor
around
cut off the corner. The guy turned his head and he took off. Really nice play by Duff. A Rose-Hulman lead, first time they've led since early in the ball game. 33-32, Fighting Engineers.
Yeah, you got to call
and
that foul.
blocking foul outside as they get one. Jaden Terry ran into a wall.
Yeah, you can tell that Terry's been around the block a time or two. That junior from Indy, making sure to snap his neck back, kind of throw his arm up. You have to call that foul. It was a foul, but you got to sell it a little bit too, just to make sure you get the call.
Terry pulls up and was going to shoot it. Wow. Had to pass it off. Van Lanningham with the drive, and they're going to call the foul on Wirtz.
Bachman was right underneath the basket. I don't know if he felt comfortable enough. He was over there talking to the coach. He was talking about some screens. But I thought he could have put that one up on, to try to score. But I guess he just didn't feel comfortable enough and to turn the score.
And substitution. Isaac Farnsworth in for Trey Wirtz, and Farnsworth 6'3".
Yeah.
From Auburn, Indiana, another sophomore. Couldn't get that one, and we have a tie score at 33 all. Rebound comes out to Hicks.
And now Terry's guarding Duff.
Duff is the one that's killing him, and all of a sudden, guess what? It was Jaden Terry again. Every time the ball's pressured by him, we have trouble. Yep. With that one, a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Scores tied from Rose-Hulman.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Wherever life takes you, whatever stage, anything that you need, no matter the season, getting there together. We are ready when you are. Crane cares.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Score is tied. 15:49 left to go in the ball game. Earlham with the basketball. You know, McAboo has 14 points on the night. He's played very well, and he's bringing the basketball up the floor for Earlham. Van Lanningham turns to drive, and wow, that's a nice crossover move and a good play.
Yep, little rip through and one dribble right there at the cup.
In the corner, ball's moved. Good movement on the basketball. Drive, it doesn't get it, but he'll get bailed out on the foul call. And going to the line is going to be number 50, and that's Isaac Farnsworth.
You see the ball just moving around the perimeter, and the Rose-Hulman, once you start to get them scrambling, then you can attack the basket and get to the free throw line like you did right here. So far, 8 for 13 from the free throw line. Leavers unpointed from the board. Not one of these games where you can do that, and that one wasn't even close.
That's the tough one. Again, we want to thank Crane Credit Union, the Hamilton Center, Indiana Army National Guard. Our camera operators for today's game are Kanan Harper, Noah Gastineau, and Dakota Schonsler. As, again, 2 missed free throws, and Rose-Hulman trails by 2. Outside, they're going to give it up. Van Lanningham pivot, trying to get it inside. And a basket is up and good by Tommy McAboo. Ball it down to Farnsworth, and he can't haul it in. He had it on the low post. Yeah. Rose-Hulman trails by 4, and Earlham with a basketball. Van Lanningham with the charge as he went flying the other direction. They're going to let the inside guy call it.
I'd be curious to know who took that charge. I didn't see anybody set.
It was number 15 for Rose-Hulman.
It's moving.
Cabrick, huh?
I thought he was moving. I thought all three of them. He had 3 guys.
I know. I got it.
All 3 of them are moving. I'll take it, though.
Jackson Cabrick drew that charge call. Inside to Ram. He puts it up. Can't get it to go. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be Earlham basketball.
That's the same play they ran earlier this half, just on the right side of the court. Love to see use the glass on that. Just didn't quite have the angle, but that's one we have to have that bucket.
4-point Quaker lead. Good ball movement by Earlham as they just continue to do it. That potentially was a travel drive inside. Kick outside to Terry for 3. Can't get it. Rebound. And they're going to call the foul. They're going to say he's going up to shoot.
Yeah, got to have that rebound. Got to check out so you can get that defensive rebound there. Give them extra possessions. That's offensive rebound number 7 for Earlham. They're really hitting us on the offensive glass, and that's something that you just can't have. You got to check out, even when you're playing a team that's bigger than you. You have to do that, but especially today when you have the size advantage, they just want the ball a little bit more. That's hustle and desire.
Josh Ozan is at the line, the senior from Cleveland, Ohio. He's come off the bench and really given them some quality minutes and quality play on the inside. 39-33, a 6-point Earlham lead.
It's a nice little stretch here by Earlham as Rose-Hulman was able to tie it, then going on a 6-0 run.
Cabrick with the drive, and he'll get fouled. And Jackson Cabrick will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. And the issue for Rose-Hulman now is multifaceted. It's one of those, you got rebounds, you got shots from the line, and those turnovers are still a bugaboo right now.
They really are. And how about Rose-Hulman that's only made 1 3-point shot, 1 for 6. So not taking them. Usually shoot about 18 a game.
Yeah.
But only 6 today. And hit 1.
But I'm going to say part of that is because of the defensive pressure from Earlham. So they're going to put the ball more inside. 5-point lead, 1 for 2 from the line. So the last 4 free throws, Rose-Hulman has knocked down 1. Terry back outside, shots up, a 3-pointer is no good by Andre, and the rebound comes out to Rose-Hulman. Chaplin back into the ball game for the Fighting Engineers. Wasn't able to use the screen. Trying again. It's not close enough. Not close enough to the screen. They're going to say it was tipped.
Yeah,
Chaplin goes and drives the lane and scores. Max Chaplin.
I thought it was tipped as well, but once again, you got to go away from Jaden Terry. Don't attack him on the defensive end.
Terry again causing all kinds of problems. He's got to be, and I'm going to say probably the most valuable player for Earlham simply because of his defensive pressure. Not just that he scores, he runs things on offense too, but the defensive pressure that the young man has brought into the ball game has just been tremendous.
You know, some guys get a lot of there
it was.
A lot of guys get steals off the ball, coming for help. He's just man up. I'm going to take the ball from you.
Ram with the basketball. He'll pull back out, try it again. Working off the screen, he's got a chance on it. They'll fire it inside, and way too hard a pass. Had Hicks open a low post, but Blair couldn't feed him the basketball. Inside, screen and roll, shots up and good. That's a really nice play for Earlham and Josh Ozan with the score.
Ball did not come down When he got it in the post, kept it high, went right up with it. Oh, my goodness.
And turnover as an out-of-control Jackson Cabrick was not going to be bailed out by a call there.
No.
Substitution in as Bradley Harden comes into the ball game, and Cabrick will take a seat.
Rose-Hulman needs to get to this media timeout in a hurry. Need a defensive stop here. Boy, that media timeout can't come fast enough.
41-36, 12-20 left to go in the ball game. You'll see Earlham run their offense with the drive, and they're going to call an offensive foul.
Really?
Said he lowered his shoulder and used his arm.
Did you see it?
Well, we weren't in the right.
Yeah,
we're in the wrong angle to see that one. I saw him go backwards, but I couldn't tell why. And he's saying he hit him with a forearm right in the chest.
All right.
41-36. Again, Earlham with the lead.
Now you need another screen.
Harden. And again, they're running slip screens. They need to actually screen him. Got to get him cleared. Chaplin looking for something. Open for three. Way deep. Got it. Max Chaplin for three and pulls Rose-Hulman within two.
That's a big shot right there.
11:30 left to go in the second half. There's a three-point shot up and good by Zachariah Andre.
Andre has been camped out in that corner for the majority of the night and knocked that one down.
5-point Earlham lead.
Oh, man.
Harden had a man open in the post and missed him. Had his head down. He'll set it up again, trying to use the screen. Hicks with a drive, shot, and he got all of the rim and got it in. 44-41. Earlham with the lead and the basketball.
It's a good thing that ball went in because as Hicks was driving down the middle, there should have been a flasher from the baseline. There's nobody there. I was expecting to see that flash. It didn't come.
Crossover, drive, shoot, and score. And, wow, Jaden Terry, you got to give that guy some props as he's been all over the floor, and that one he drove by four players to score.
Oh, boy.
Outside is Chaplin with the drive, and they're going to call the foul on Terry. And with that, we'll have a media timeout as well. A 5-point Earlham lead. We're live from Rose-Hulman on Indiana Sports Network.
I'm Ryan Luce with State Farm in Clinton, Indiana.
We're here to help life go right for you and your family.
Our team takes pride in helping families in the Wabash Valley with all of their insurance and financial needs.
We are here to make your claims process simple, like a good neighbor.
At Great Dane, we are proud to invest in our people and the communities we call home. We are hiring now for trailer assemblers and welders across the country. We need the makers, people who are ready to make a difference. We need you. Build something bigger for yourself and your family with great health benefits, advancement opportunities, 401k, pension, and more. Apply today at greatdane.com/careers.
If I crave something, I have to have it.
Well, so what are you craving? Like, what do you crave?
Attention, apparently. Look at him all sitting in the middle.
I know, right? It is really awkward. You just chose to sit there.
Sonic Crave Cheeseburger.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
And with that media timeout, 46-41, Earlham with the lead. Rose-Hulman with the basketball, as they'll have a chance to cut into that lead. And again, Ram will set the basketball up, and they'll give it to Harden. Harden with it, using Wirtz high screen again, trying to find it. Harden puts the shot up, can't get it to go. And that's literally what Earlham wanted to have happen.
That's right.
A created shot rather than a team shot with the ball inside.
They made us dribble out half the shot clock so many times.
Shots up, tipped around, and controlled by Wirtz. Harden gives it off to Chaplin. Chaplin kicks it in the corner. Harden looking for it, and again.
Boy, that's fine Ram.
The defensive scheme for Earlham has been pretty solid. Outside to Wirtz for three. Trey couldn't knock down the triple there, and it's still 46-41. Earlham with the lead. 9:15 left to go in the ball game. McAboo out front. Gives it up to Younce. Back to Andre, and they'll set it up again. Van Lanningham with the runner, can't get it.
Yeah,
Wirtz with the rebound. Chaplin on the left side. They got Ram on the cross court if they can use him. Trying to use that back screen. Chaplin drives, shoots, and he'll go to the line. Had a man open in the corner as well.
You know, this is an opportunity right now when you have Jaden Terry on the bench. You have to make some headway. Try to and here he comes right now. I was getting ready to say that Coach Shores might leave him out to the media timeout, but he's getting him right back in. Gave him a little bit of a blow, getting right back into the game.
And that's a smart move by
Yep.
Earlham's coach to use the timeout and a little additional time to get your young man a little rest on that one. Folks, our video technician for tonight's ballgame is Keith Lawson. Our producer and director, Tony Harper. We're a production of Indiana Sports Network. If you want to advertise on Indiana Sports Network, you can drop Tony Harper a message, and he'll get that set up for you. It's 46-42, a 4-point Earlham lead as Chaplin tries to cut it to three. And Max puts that one in.
Man, I for a game like this, I'd love to have Ram on the floor the majority of the time. I think you could even have Terry Hicks play the 5 in this game and really, have a more versatile lineup with Ram in here and playing more minutes.
Earlham's content to roll off that screen and see if they can pull it up. Terry pulls up, doesn't get it to go. Rebound and an outlet by Wirtz. Kabrick to Wirtz. Pull it back up.
Great transition defense right there.
Kabrick looking for something, held his dribble up, really shouldn't have done that one. Outside is Duff. Duff had the hot hand early in the second half. He'll drive, takes Terry to the basket, and scores. And I'll tell you, Dylan Duff has been the one player in the second half who's really taken the basketball to the hole for Rose-Hulman. It's a 1-point Earlham lead.
This will be a big stop right here if Rose can get it.
Terry trying to work off those screens, see if he can get something going with the drive, and they've got it taken away. Hicks with the block and the steal. And a tech has been called on the coach for technical foul on Earlham's coach, and this could be the turnaround in this actual ball game. And when I say that, great play by Terry Hicks. He was there, perfect position, and
he did.
And if you're looking, Jaden Terry puts the shot up right into his arms. Hicks grabs it, and that set off the Earlham coach for the technical foul, and we'll shoot those free throws when we return for more action on Indiana Sports Network.
I ran out of my pain meds too quickly.
I took more and more to get through my day.
I did anything to get them.
I needed help. I needed hope. I found them both.
Professional, safe, no wait times, quality treatment. Regain something lost. Call or go to winrecovery.org.
H&R Block is your tax preparation service experts, no matter how you file. Sue Jones and Associates offer all tax preparation and all the tax services you need, not only at tax time, but throughout the year. Get your hometown tax help from Sue Goshen's H&R Block, located in Brazil, across from the courthouse.
Welcome to Sonic. May I take your order? 1 crave cheeseburger.
I'm on it.
Crave cheeseburger, almost ready. On my way.
Someone pass me the crepe sauce.
Almost ready on the burger.
1 Sonic Crave cheeseburger.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Rose-Hulman has led one time in the second half. They led by 1. Max Chaplin at the line, shooting the 2 shots off of the technical foul. Puts the first one in to tie the ball game at 46-all with 7:32 left to go in the second half. After this free throw, Rose-Hulman will retain possession of the basketball and have a chance to pick up a much more substantial lead. Chaplin cans both free throws. It's 47-46, the second lead for Rose-Hulman in the second half.
Coach Sewer is not happy with that turn of events. When you look at the fouls in this game, Earlham 17, Rose 7. That's overall in the game. So Coach is usually not very happy when there's that much of a discrepancy.
Kabrick to Wirtz. Wirtz trying to run the screen and roll outside. Wirtz open for 3. Feeds inside. He's got it up and in. And that could be a 3-point play as Dylan Duff puts the shot up and in. Nice pass by Wirtz. Better catch and finish by Dylan Duff as he's consistently done that in the second half. Rose-Hulman leads by 3 and a chance to go by 4.
Could it be a 5-point possession?
5-point possession, and that's the big one. And it is not, as Duff doesn't get the free throw. It's still a 3-point lead for Rose-Hulman. Big possession now for Earlham as they all become big.
Yep.
Terry with it, looking for McAboo. Instead pulls it back outside to Andre. He'll drive the baseline.
And ISO right here.
Working off the screen from Jans, and they're going to call a foul.
What do you know? You get the foul. You complain, you get the technical, you fight for your guys, you get a foul. I still wouldn't put Max Chaplin on Jaden Terry. If I'm Earlham, I'm isolating Jaden Terry and say, hey, we're going to go one-on-one right now because I don't think you can stop our guy.
Looking for the inbounds pass. Still having trouble. They get it up and in to Andre. To Tommy McAboo. With the drive, kick out in the corner. Andre, floater, doesn't get it. Tipped around.
Board.
That's a really nice play.
You have
a
to
rebound
have
and basket by Chase Younts.
Have to have that rebound if you're Rose-Hulman. Oh, boy.
Forced shot, and he doesn't get it up and in was this guy, Dylan Duff. And I thought he really forced that one as didn't have the numbers and didn't have the wide open look. And it's a 1-point Rose-Hulman lead with 6:15 left to go in the ball game. Earlham with the basketball.
High screen possibly, or you just ISO him. Here comes the screen.
Crossover, runner, doesn't get it, and rebound comes out to Wirtz. That's as good as Rose-Hulman's going to get, too, because he was off balance and had no way to really right himself to shoot the basketball correctly. Timeout's been called by Rose-Hulman. They have a 1-point lead from Terre Haute, Indiana. It's Indiana Sports Network.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Hey, this is Todd Hine with LaborLink. The federal unemployment benefits have ended. However, there has never been a better job market in history. This puts you in an incredible position. Go to
49-48. Rose-Hulman with the lead and the basketball. This has been a really good ball game. Jackson Kabrick moving the ball up into scoring position, and here it comes. Dylan Duff trying to work on, and there's a foul.
Wow.
A lot of contact out front, and another technical foul's been called.
On who this time?
It was off the ball this time.
On one of the players?
One of the players.
Well, that's a really tough situation. There's been a lot of contact. Some have been called, some hasn't been called. You have that every game. But when you have a situation, I know Earlham couldn't be happy. I know Dylan Duff got fouled, but the swing of the arm at the head, neck area, you're not going to like that. So as a player, you say, hey, that's whether you're protecting your guy, you're protecting yourself, somebody basically taking a swing at your head. That, if this was Division I, that'd be reviewed.
Right, it would be. And I was going to say that in NBA, Division I, anybody who has television coverage is going to do that one.
Yeah. So that's something you can't do. You can't do that.
No. And with this one, they're going to go ahead and shoot the free throws. Chaplin hit both of them before to put Rose up 3. Misses that one.
So foul trouble starting to mount for Earlham as Van Landingham and Andre both have 4 fouls. 10 team fouls in the half, so Rose will shoot 2 free throws for the next 5:41. And Earlham is still not in the bonus.
And we'll see who's going to go in. And again, a couple more free throws. It's a 2-point Rose-Hulman lead, 50-48, as everybody's conferencing around Rose-Hulman's bench. As Duff shoots and gets that free throw, it's now a 3-point lead, 51-48. Rose-Hulman with the lead. Dylan Duff, a sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, puts both those free throws in, and it's a 4-point lead, the largest lead of the ball game for Rose-Hulman, with 5:35 left to go in the second half.
I'd go back to Terry.
McAboo off the screen. They'll pull it back up. Ozan, he'll pull it back outside and give it to McAboo. McAboo off of Yount's screen. Can't get it to go, and rebound comes out to Wirtz. And here comes Rose-Hulman. And I think Rose-Hulman has a better chance pushing the ball up the floor off of everything rather than walking it up. You don't want to do it. You want to push it up and then see what you can get to do. Dylan with the drive, shoot, and score. Dylan Duff with the 2, and he's been the player of the game in the second half.
He really has really taken the game over during the second half, scoring about 12 points in the half.
15 points, now make it 17 points for Duff, and you're going to have
an
out-of-bounds call as he stepped on it. You saw it.
Got to know what that sideline is. You really do, especially when you're someone who plays in the corner all the time or a lot of the time. For Andre, got to know where that sideline is. When you step back on that catch to step into your shot, you're putting yourself in peril.
Max Chaplin with the basketball. He'll work off of Jaden Terry. Kick into Hicks. Hicks drives, shoots, and scores. Terry Hicks looks like he's got it all going right now, and Rose-Hulman has just dominated the last 3 minutes of the ball game. It's 56-48.
Off of Terry. That's off of Terry. Yep.
Went right off his leg.
Sure did. Now I'd call timeout if I'm Earlham. Stelman shoots down. I know you had the media timeout right in 19 seconds. Frankly, I wouldn't wait. You're in danger time right here.
56-48. Rose-Hulman with an 8-point lead. Chaplin, and they got the block, and he'll go to the line to shoot.
And that's Terry's 5th foul.
And that just took the air right out of Earlham.
That's Terry's 5th foul, and it's really unfortunate. The young man going to miss the last 4-11. Squared up his chest, but there was contact. So didn't move his feet quite fast enough, had him square. That's a tough call. And quite frankly, not a whole lot of contact.
No.
But that's
not compared to the things we've seen earlier in the ball game. In the ball game.
Yeah.
Chaplin has a chance to put Rose-Hulman up 10.
So Jaden Terry finishes tonight with 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals, but 9 turnovers as well. So young man has the ball in his hands quite a bit, trying to make things happen. Sometimes high risk, high reward. Reward when you have the ball in your hands that much.
And again, without his defensive presence, it's a lot easier on Rose-Hulman. Kick outside to Van Landingham. He's going to have to think he's going to shoot it. And a block shot by Dylan Duff as he sends that one out of bounds. And with that, we have a media timeout. A 10-point Rose-Hulman lead on Indiana Sports Network.
Hey, this is Todd Hine with LaborLink. The federal unemployment benefits have ended. However, there has never been a better job market in history. This puts you in an incredible position. Go to golaborlink.com and apply now. We have many jobs available, but they will fill up fast due to demand. Hey, take advantage of the job market and start work right away with LaborLink.
At Indiana Land and Lifestyle, we go to great depths to list and sell your property. If your agent isn't willing to go to these depths,
6 acres with bass,
to list and sell your property, don't you think that's a little fishy?
And there's fish everywhere. Oh! And snapping turtles!
For all your Indiana land needs, check us out at indianalandandlifestyle.com.
Oh, that's gross.
58-48, a 10-point Rose-Hulman lead. 3:55 left to go in the ball game.
You know, another set of numbers I'm going to throw it at you. 21-8. Oh, excuse me. 21-8. That is the foul discrepancy for this contest. If I'm Earlham, when Rose comes to Richmond, it might. We'll see if Rose gets eight fouls then.
Cabrick kicks outside. Chaplin open for three. Can't get it. Tipped around. Rebound to Hicks. Hicks went up and gained a possession of the basketball. Cabrick will run a little bit of time off on it. 12 seconds left to go in the shot clock. Out front, Cabrick for three. Puts it up. Doesn't get it. Rebound. Brought down by Earlham, and a nice rebound by Van Lanningham. McAboo, Van Lanningham to Andre. Back out, Hicks tips it out of bounds.
Very dangerous helping off of Van Lanningham that much. That's your guy that's going to have to score for Earlham, as they've just really hit a low here in the last 3 minutes or so. Quarter three. There it is. There's
and
Andre.
Again, Andre for three knocks it down to 7-point lead. 58-51. 2:45 left to go. Chaplin with it. And that pressure is not as much as what it's been in the early part of the ball game. Chaplin with the drive, scoop, got it to go, and an offensive foul. And that's a good set call. Nice play that time by Tommy McAboo, the senior guard from Champaign, Illinois. Had himself set almost in concrete there.
Absolutely.
He hadn't moved for a while.
Absolutely, let it set. And, there's not a whole lot to complain about that one. It's still a game. You still got a 7-point disadvantage, but Rose going to have to get a stop still.
2:30 left to go in the ballgame with the drive, kick up, rebound, score. And that's scored by Chase Younts, the senior from Springfield, Ohio. He'll put that one in and go to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play. It's a 5-point Rose-Hulman lead. They were up by as many as 10.
Where is Sambit Ram?
2:28 left to go in the ballgame. He missed the free throw. It's still a 5-point Rose-Hulman lead. Max Chaplin will bring it up and set the offense for Rose-Hulman. And they've got somebody on Dylan Duff really tight right now. Chaplin, kick out to Wirtz. Had a chance for a ball rotation. Chaplin with the drive. Shot. Got it. Max Chaplin scores. And it's a 7-point lead.
Big bucket right there. Down to under 2 minutes.
Right down the stretch. Tommy McAboo looks to pull up. No, doesn't. Gives it to Andre. They don't have a lot of time to waste on this one. They're going to have to do something with it. With the drive, Van Lanningham scores. And boy, I'm telling you, he looks solid. Timeout, Earlham. It's a 5-point lead for Rose-Hulman when we return on Indiana Sports Network.
Home, It can be the family farm, a small town, or a busy city. But wherever you call home, we are where you are. The healthcare professionals of Union Health since 1892, providing compassionate healthcare of the highest quality to generations of Wabash Valley families. Union Health, healthier together.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
And it's a 5-point Rose-Hulman lead. They have the basketball. They need to go the length of the floor. Timeout was called by Earlham. Reminder, you can advance things now. You can advance that ball at certain points in the girls' game.
Yeah,
wait for the guys' game. It'll start going that way as well. You'll see it happen.
I can't wait.
Chaplin outside. With the drive and the shot, then the score, and he'll go to the line is Max Chaplin.
It's a big difference when you get the proper screen. When you make contact with your screener, there's makes the defense have to scramble. You can get a little bit of shoulder by. Once you get the shoulder by, you got a clear pass to the basket. Oh, another free throw miss.
Missed the free throw, which is a rarity for Chaplin as well. 62-55. It's a 7-point lead for Rose-Hulman.
Good defense.
Van Lanningham.
Hicks all over him.
Outside, they're giving it up to McAboo. Trying to use that screen. He'll drive. He'll shoot. Kick to the corner. Open look for Andre. Can't get it. Rebound comes out. And I'll tell you what, the tough guy is Kabrick.
Yeah.
He is a tough guy.
He is.
Pulls a rebound down, handles the basketball. Duff turns the corner, pulls up from 15, doesn't get it.
With 15 on the shot clock, that's not.
And he had Chaplin open in the corner with nobody on him.
15 on the shot clock, run the clock.
Yep.
Surprised Earlham didn't foul there.
McAboo shots up, no good. Rebound pulled in by Chase Younce, and they'll have a held possession. Arrow favors Earlham. They'll have the basketball under the basket.
Trey Wirtz need to get that rebound, though. You got to get that defensive rebound. Great effort, though. By Earlham. I'm going to get a couple more subs in, but great effort by Earlham there to get that extra possession. And
I'll tell you what, Earlham is going offensive-defensive substitution, and we'll see what happens on this one. As 30 seconds left to go in the ball game, 7-point lead. Earlham's got to have instant offense. Put the shot up, can't get it to go. Rebound comes out, and Hicks grabs the board, and that should ice it down here.
Yeah. Now are they going to foul?
Chaplin, and they foul Chaplin, and Max will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
They didn't foul the last possession, which was kind of strange. I thought you had right about a minute at the start of that possession. I thought they would foul. They didn't foul, and still Rose-Hulman do enough to get this victory, and a lot to work on for Rose if you look at this one. But another player that looks like another player that fouled out, I think.
Chase Younce, the freshman from Springfield, Ohio, just fouled out of the ball game. And again, he played a lot of minutes. There's a lot of freshmen here as Chaplin doesn't put another free throw in. Timeout's been called. We'll take one as well. Rose-Hulman with the lead on Indiana Sports Network.
It's Black Friday every day at the all-new York Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on US Highway 40 in Brazil. Shop over 500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Pulling away in a new Ram 1500 Crew Cab, only $269 per month. New Grand Cherokee L, only $399 per month during the Black Friday sales event. Plus, get $1,000 more for your trade-in all month long. Start your deal at YorkCDJRBrazil.com. Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
The city of Brazil was founded in 1866. By 1876, there were 2 schools, 7 dry goods stores, 2 hardware stores, 4 churches, and 5 drugstores. One of those drugstores is still there today, Lynn's Pharmacy. Lynn's Pharmacy has grown from a small neighborhood drugstore to a modern pharmacy, offering prescriptions and medical equipment with old-fashioned values and unparalleled service. You can even step back in time and visit Lynn's Soda Parlor
here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
Max Chaplin will step to the line, a 7-point Rose-Hulman lead, as he'll be able to shoot some free throws here. And he got that one. 63-55, an 8-point lead. Substitution in as Isaac Farnsworth back into the lineup for Rose-Hulman, as trying to run this one down with 12 seconds left to go, and they'll call an out of bounds on Earlham, and that should do it. 10.9 seconds. Earlham's going to play this one all the way out, and the reason why is because these guys have kept everything within 9 points in all their ball games.
They have.
And you can see why. They play very hard all the way through.
That's
Getting
right.
a lot of effort from everybody. Called the foul. They'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Might ruin their streak here. Put us to the free throw. We're knocking down a couple free throws.
Yeah, it's going
Go
to
ahead.
put somebody into double digits here if you can some free throws. This Friday night will be at Park Heritage for Park Tudor and Park Heritage, 2 of the top small schools in Indiana. We'll go to battle. We'll have that action for you here live. Probably start around 7:30ish with our pregame and basketball game close to that 8 o'clock mark on Friday. And then Saturday, we'll be back here again at Rose-Hulman for a women's and men's doubleheader. And when we say that, and we're right on that 9-point mark if he hits this one.
Yeah.
But we'll have a doubleheader for you. We've got the women who won their ball game or are winning big at Earlham tonight. And they'll come in and take on, again, as we go into have more basketball here on Indiana Sports Network. Van Landingham puts that layup in, cuts the lead down again, and a timeout's been called.
No.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
As they, blew the whistle on that one. It looked like a timeout, and all of a sudden they handed that off. It might have been just to stop the clock, and that may have been what happened. The ball game's over. It's 64-57. Rose-Hulman with the victory over Earlham. Rose-Hulman raises their record to 2-0 in the conference, and that's the big one for Rose-Hulman as they're trying to maintain that conference record. And again, 2-0 in conference. Earlham falls to 1 win and 5 losses. They're 0-2 in HCAC play, as you can watch the teams go through their lineup, shaking hands. Then now the presentation of the John Muchner Cup. Again, Rose-Hulman and Earlham competing for the John Muchner Cup. The cup is named for former Rose-Hulman men's head basketball coach and athletic director John Muchner from 1963 to 88.
Honoring Coach Muchner, who was Rose-Hulman for 25 years as coach at AD, was a standout athlete in Earlham, and is a member of the Athletic Hall of Fame in both Rose-Hulman and Earlham. Here to present the trophy is John Muchner.
So again, somebody that's
team champion for 3 years.
And you can see John Muchner
Thank
there.
you, Coach Muchner. We play this game in your honor every year.
As he's, again, somebody that's valuable to both of these schools. Muchner played his collegiate basketball or collegiate athletics at Earlham, and again, athletic director and head basketball coach here at Rose-Hulman. And the traveling trophy goes back and forth between the two schools. And it's nice to have John here to give the trophy. I mean, it's really nice. He saw him coming in. He was trying to get in the elevator to go down, back and forth. And it's nice to see him come back into Rose-Hulman and have a chance to hand off the trophy. What a class act. A lot of things. John Muchner at the basketball court. You can see his name on the court here at Rose-Hulman, as Rose-Hulman again comes away with a 64-57 victory. And with that opportunity, let's kind of go into what we're looking at here as our post game. Both of these teams played very hard. Rose-Hulman played well towards the end of the ball game, and you can see Coach Rusty Lloyd, probably you said you're going to peel some paint at halftime. Yeah. He's going to make sure those guys knew what he wanted done in the second half, and for the most part, they were able to do what they wanted to offensively to win the ball game.
They really did. They made some adjustments. We talked about going off of Terry, not having him be the primary defender on ball. Rose-Hulman did that in the second half, and it worked. Immediate dividends. We got a couple short corner shots with Duff Ram early in the half. They got out in transition to set up some earlier offense. And Rose-Hulman outscored Earlham by 14, 40-26 in that second half. Also, Rose-Hulman, I think only 3 turnovers in the second half. That was huge. So, a better effort. Still, it's an ugly game. It was an ugly, but I'll take an ugly win over a pretty loss any day.
And that's what you want to do. Yeah. And coaches will talk about that. You know, what kind of win was it? It was ugly. We just grounded out in the second half.
Yeah.
You find yourselves down by 8 at the end of the first half, and you win by 7. That means you played pretty well in the second half. You don't score very many points in the first half. You score a lot more in the second half. Right. Leading scoring for Rose-Hulman, 17 points for Duff. And Dylan Duff really scores most of his points in the second half.
Yeah, he does.
He really does a nice job. The sophomore from Fort Wayne, and he looked pretty good on this one. The other one, Max Chaplin, has a big second half as well. He's 8 for 10 from the line, and for Max, I thought his scoring again in the second half. Those two guys scored the basketball where they didn't have people scoring it in the first half.
They really did, and they were able to find their spots. And Dylan Duff was able to. He goes on a spurt once or twice a game where he'll score about 6, 7, 8 points in a row, or maybe 8 out of 10 points for the Engineers. And he found that spurt in the second half where he kicked it into a gear. And with the size that Earlham possesses or does not possess, it's hard to stop him when he gets the ball near the basket. Max Chaplin did a good job getting himself to the free throw line. Also knocked down the big three-pointer when Rose was trying to get that lead back. So those two played really well for Rose offensively, and Rose-Hulman able to get it's a big win. Anytime you win a conference game, it's a big win.
4 players in double figure for Earlham. 4 players, as they were very consistent what they did. Terry has 11, Van Lanningham with 11, McAboo with 14, Andre with 11, but they didn't have the cast. The supporting cast just wasn't there for Earlham, and that really hurt them.
I think Terry might have scored 2 points in the second half.
Yeah.
There were some times when he wanted to facilitate. He had 3 assists. Some of his opportunities went out of bounds and were turned over. But I was surprised in some spots where he did not look for his shot more, because he had a favorable matchup at a lot of times. I'm kind of surprised he didn't play a little bit more selfish. Probably the last 12 minutes, once it got down to about the 12-minute mark, I thought he was going to try to take the game over. He didn't. End up fouling out. A fantastic player. Boy, when Rose goes to Earlham, look out. That Jaden Terry, man, he's a whale of a ball player.
He is.
His defense is unbelievable.
For Rose-Hulman, if you're looking at this, 9 different players scored in the ball game. So a lot of bench scoring for Rose-Hulman. That's one of the things, if you look on the team statistics, Rose-Hulman bench outscores Earlham and does a great job on this one. If you're looking at it again, we talked about rebounding. If Rose-Hulman was going to rebound the second half, they're going to win, and that started to turn around for
out rebounded though. You can't get. I'm sorry. You get out rebounded by 2 and give up twice as many offensive rebounds that you had. 12-6 on the offensive glass. I'm sorry, man. I when I see that if that's my team, and I'm not trying to speak for Rusty Lloyd, I'm talking about me personally. The next practice is going to be difficult.
It's effort.
We're having a come to Jesus talk about that. I'm sorry.
A lot of effort. Bench points 25-4, and that's really the difference in the ball game. Is Rose-Hulman was able to play a lot of players and got contributions from almost everybody came in the ball game, especially when he cleared the bench in the first half, which as coach goes, you're going, oh yeah, I like to see that because you got everybody's attention. The second half was played much differently because he had everybody's attention at halftime. Folks, we're going to be on the air again Friday night with Park Heritage and
Park Tudor.
Tudor. We're both the Park. We're going to say Park about 9,000 times for different reasons. Two really good ball clubs. And then Rose-Hulman will be back on the air this Saturday as we have a women's game and then a men's game.
I'm looking forward to seeing the women again.
Huh?
I'm looking forward to seeing the women. It's been a while since we've had them on air, so it'll be nice to have them on air again.
And they're totally different than they were last year. Totally different.
I said it a month ago. Butt kicking days over. Over. Not going to kick their butts anymore. They're over.
And they had a really rough year last year, folks, and they're playing very well. They had a blowout game at Earlham where they blew out Earlham.
Yeah.
And last year, Rose-Hulman was getting blown out.
Yeah.
This year, they're not going to get blown out. They're going to win a lot of ball games and have a chance to hopefully make the conference tournament at the end. That's what we're hoping for, and I know that's what all the Rose-Hulman fans are hoping for. We had a great night of basketball. Again, Rose-Hulman wins 64-57. Walter Gordon's my partner. We had a great time, buddy. I'm Herb King. We'll say so long until this Friday evening. And again, Saturday, if you're a Rose-Hulman fan, we'll see you then.
You are watching HCAC men's basketball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network. This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.